Hello pilots, this is lesson 6. We are still in the engineering design process, step called Rack Brain. As we continue to work through the engineering design process, we are tackling one of the biggest problems. What is the best route? In this week's assignment, I have you looking at topographical maps to figure out what that best route could be. And here is a map of where our hikers started at this little square here, and they walked along the canyon trail to where this dot is, that's called the grotto. And if you take a look at this map, what it shows you are these little squiggly lines that are called contour lines. And what they represent are different elevations or heights, okay, so that you get a sense of how tall different structures are. And in this case, how tall the mountains are. If you look here, very faintly, you can see, and when I say here, I mean where the square is for the nature trail. You can very faintly see some numbers, and what they say is 5,000 feet. And what that means is the elevation, the height of that space there is 5,000 feet above sea level. And every squiggly line away from it represents another 200 feet higher, okay? And so if we go up 200, 400, 600, 800 to another 1,000 feet, the elevation here is 6,069, and that's how tall the peak of that particular mountain is. Okay, and if you follow those lines back down again, it will take you to the floor of the canyon, okay, which is about 5,200 feet. And you can see that because you're tracing that squiggly line. The first one was 5,200. Okay, so this really gives you a lot of details. So here's one potential route that I've mapped out, and that's starting the drone here at the beginning of the trail, going across the mountain trail. And what I've numbered for you is the elevation, or the height that is the minimum height, okay? And I was able to figure that out based on those contour lines, okay? And I put it in little boxes for you because it is very faint. It's difficult to read. You can open up the PDF and zoom in on it, but just for a little bit of ease, I've also put in that. Okay, so that needs to be considered as you are mapping the route. And also, so you know, I've included the approximate distance, okay? Route 2 takes a little more direct route, okay, starting in the same place, cutting across this mountain peak, and coming down the trail to the grotto. And finally, this route has a different starting point. So rather than starting here at the beginning of the trail, there is a service road here, those little dashed marks that lead to a well in part of the mountain. So starting here at 5,300 feet, elevating up to the peak of this mountain top, and then coming back down again to the grotto. So that's the third option. And all of these options have benefits and disadvantages, so things that you have to consider. So I can't wait to see what you guys come up with in your CYU 6 and discussion 6. Now, just a reminder, this week we do not have live class on Tuesday, and also CYU 6 has you looking at the maps and coming up with some ideas. You can use those same ideas for your discussion, okay? And I can't wait to read it. Have an awesome week and message me with questions.